Well, this morning sure was a weird one. French film magazine Premiere reported from the Cannes Film Festival that Kathleen Kennedy said that a Lando Calrissian standalone movie was imminent. The original out-of-context quote was something like, "We think the next spin-off will be dedicated to Lando Calrissian. Of course, there's still many stories to tell about Han and Chewbacca, but Lando will be next." I say the quote was something like that because things get lost in translation, which is apparently exactly what happened here. Premiere quickly retracted their story, releasing another quote that stated, "Lucasfilm informs us that there has been a misunderstanding between our journalist and Kathleen Kennedy." The headline for their article now translates to, "We would love to devote a spin-off to Lando Calrissian in the future, or tell the story of Solo and Chewie." So what I think happened here is Kathleen Kennedy was asked if we would ever see a Lando movie or sequels to Solo, and like all movie producers do, she kept that door open with a non-committal statement, because she's not going to just close that door forever by saying no. Instead, she's going to say something like, "Of course, there's great potential for stories there, and we would love the chance to explore them someday." And somewhere along the lines, the reporter misunderstood and thought that a Lando movie was next in line. And I think it was probably just an honest mistake. And that all lines up in my head because when I read the news this morning, I was very confused. Because this is just not how Lucasfilm does things. It all felt off. They make announcements, or at the very least a post on StarWars.com to talk about new projects. They don't just casually drop this news in the middle of an interview where you're supposed to be promoting the current film. I'm relieved it was all a misunderstanding, to be honest. I've said many times before that I don't want to go down a checklist of characters and give them all standalone movies. Would I watch a Lando movie? Of course, and I think it would probably be great considering Donald Glover is getting overwhelming praise for his performance so far. I think a movie with him as a con man, something like The Sting set in Star Wars, could be really cool. But whenever I hear Lando movie, or Yoda movie, or Jabba movie without any other story details, it sounds so meh to me. I had the same reaction to Solo when it was announced, but hearing Western heist adventure movie starring Han turns out to be much more compelling than Han Solo origin story. And since they were also mentioned in the interview, I will touch on the possible Solo sequels, although again, nothing has been confirmed there. I'm gonna have to wait until I actually see Solo to know how I really feel about any potential future movies, but I am wary about staying in that bubble of stories. The brilliance of the standalone Star Wars movie is that we can explore a bunch of different ideas. And we already have a bunch of series that are happening right now. We've got Episode 9 coming out next year, the Rian Johnson trilogy, the Benioff Weiss series, and that doesn't include TV. We got Star Wars Resistance and Jon Favreau's series. So we've got all these ongoing stories. And then if we took our standalone movies and dove down that rabbit hole of Solo, that just feels kind of limiting to me. But again, at this point, all of this is conjecture. There has been no confirmation for a Lando Calrissian story or Solo sequels. I just wanted to make this to help get out in front of all that news before it's spread around too much. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.